If you stumbled upon my last video, I talked about the PlayStation console sales data. I don't have any official stuff for Xbox, and if anybody knows where I can find some, please hit me up. However, the way I've always looked at the console market, I've looked at it as from the perspective of Xbox being the underdog and the one that's been trying to fight its way into relevance. This is majority of everyone that's a gamer, this is how we've seen it. Xbox from the Xbox One generation took a beating. PlayStation was coming out with these heavy hitters. They had the media and the press momentum behind them. Xbox could do nothing right after their big gaffe with their console, where pretty much they had a guy that kind of talked down at the fans and then basically had to reap the rewards of that. And so I've seen Xbox from the position of they're fighting their way out of this stuff. They're clawing their way to ensure that they do not have to, pretty much concede this business to PlayStation. The difference, though, is most PlayStation fans believe that Xbox should just concede. And I'm laughing because I'm like, Xbox is fighting its most powerful, game right now, and PlayStation is even trying to gouge you on the way out. And you want Xbox to leave? As a PC player, I couldn't be bothered because, again, there's a way things are done out here, and games are preserved to the max out here. There's a lifetime worth of video games to play. If the consoles go rogue on you, you would have to come to PC. Just think about it. Like if these two console platforms were to go rogue, PC is your exit. So anybody that doesn't want the competition in both platforms, to me, is rooting for their own, is rooting against, their own interests. But let's go ahead and take a look at PlayStation's console sales data. And I think it helps me make more sense as to why Xbox departed from the console market. Now, I stumbled upon PlayStation's official hardware sales data. They have it right here on their website. It's actually public. Everybody can look at it. For the longest time, a lot of folk on the Xbox side have been telling me, they said, hey, there are a bunch of PlayStation consoles that have not yet been powered on. PlayStation 5 consoles that are sitting on, maybe on shelves. Some said in warehouses, some said in the houses of scalpers that have never been turned on. Some people said, they used the data. There was an article written on Medium where somebody said they went ahead and found how many trophies of Astro Room were activated and blah, blah, blah. But PlayStation just outrightly gives you the data set right here. You don't have to go through all that crazy math. They have their hardware unit sales for sell-through and for sell-in. The difference between sell-in and sell-through, as I showed in my other video, is that sell-in is a percentage of what the product sales are from the manufacturer to the retailer or distributor. So those consoles sitting in GameStop and all of these places, and, kind of the cumulative of all of them anyways, altogether, the one that is in your house and the one that's in GameStop is a total of 65 million units in terms of sell-in. In terms of sell-through, those are the consoles that are sitting exclusively in your home or they've been bought and activated by someone. At least there's a retail receipt that is 56 plus million. Now, when we looked at it in the last video, there was a discrepancy of about 9 million consoles in the sell-in versus sell-through, which is actually more than twice or almost twice as much, depending on how you look at it, as the sell-in versus sell-through of the PlayStation 4. What I mean is, if you look at PlayStation 4's sell-in and its sell-through, the difference is less than 4 million units. Think about it. So right now, in people's homes or garages or wherever they put their PS4, there are 113.5 million of them out there. Altogether, though, PS4 have sold about 117 million as of the data in 2022. So possibly, right, this number has some kind of a, strange discrepancy there, but we'll go by what we have. So there are about 4+ million of these PlayStation 2 consoles that are probably in some retailer's hands or somewhere. We don't know. Now, when you think about the fact that there are 9+ million of these PlayStation consoles that are not making PlayStation money, I think Xbox is also in the same predicament and has looked at it and said, not only are our console sales low, but we probably still have a lot of sell-in consoles that are mixed in with this, that are sitting in the distributors and the retailers, and we're not making any money on them. And I think more than likely, this makes even more sense why they decided that they were going to go ahead and dip out of the, emphasis of console, pretty much saying that this is all we're going to be doing, but instead decided that they were going to go ahead and add to their own ranks PC. You see, sell-in versus sell-through data is very interesting because it makes a lot of sense for them to look and say, Why should we be waiting for these consoles growing cold on the shelf to actually bring our games where we actually make money? Why not just go to where there are already existing devices and go there and make money? And that is exactly what they did. They've decided that they were going to go ahead and move to Steam, where they've been making a killing from selling their games. It's very interesting because even PlayStation themselves, even with the number of consoles that they actually have out there in the wild, does and is still doing and will continue to do the exact same thing. So this video pretty much, in my opinion, opens up the door and a conversation as to why exactly PC sales and PC platform is now the new fighting front for PlayStation and Xbox. Not only is this sell-through versus sell-in a problem or a challenge, the fact that the live service games are also single-handedly beating upon a lot of these other titles is also very, very important. What I mean by that is when PlayStation launches a lot of its games, they're mostly single-player games. They not only, are going on their already minimal, console sales when you remove the sell-through. I'm just saying existing. I shouldn't say minimal. Say existing console sales. But they have to compete with the likes of Call of Duty. They have to compete with the likes of Minecraft. Mortal Kombat 1 surged again. If you look at the tracker for November 23rd, right? Overwatch 2, Apex Legends, Rocket League, Spider-Man 2 surged again. But all this while, it's not been on the top 15. They have to deal with WWE, 2K24, Madden NFL 25, EA's college football, and Grand Theft Auto 5. So to me, there's no other way I can interpret the data as, yes, there are console sales out there, but not every console is raking in the intended money that they would like for these consoles to basically bring in. And even with all of the, consoles that PlayStation is selling, line has to go up. And since line has to go up, they actually have to go ahead and find a way to make money. This is why they've now moved their sales to PC. In fact, they've blurred the lines. When they told everybody that they were going to move their games to PC, they had these stipulations. Well, we still want PC players to, play the first part of our games and then hopefully come play the sequels on our platform. Well, that didn't happen. Neither did even the PlayStation fans play their sequels as much. The case in point, Marvel Spider-Man 2 versus Marvel Spider-Man 2018. So you're going to see these PlayStation games even show up more and more on PC. Xbox already in this category looked and they saw that they had no hope to be able to fight this stuff, right? So they decided that they were going to behave themselves and go find a place to sell software. And you know what's crazy, ladies and gentlemen? Xbox looked and said, bro, if we sell software, we make money. And as we make money, we don't have to worry about hardware sales. So how about we replicate that process? And how about we not only just worry about selling software, why don't we go sell software where PlayStation has the numbers to still support our software? Hence, the shift to the multi-platform strategy as an added bonus. I think as you start to look at it, it makes sense. They are now not only using PC to cover up their loss in terms of how many consoles they haven't sold, they're also now using they also intend to use the PlayStation 5 to do the exact same thing. What's making it more and more dangerous is they want to use the PS5 and they also want to use, and pay very close attention, the Nintendo Switch. But at the end of the day, they still want to keep their own consoles. This is why when you look at the data set, let's go ahead and look at the monthly active users on PlayStation and the monthly active users on Xbox. The monthly active users on PlayStation is 116 million because this is where the money is. When you think about the monthly active users on Xbox, that number is significantly larger than what you see on the PlayStation side. Here's how I know and how my hypothesis that this is what they're doing, here's why my hypothesis actually says this is what they're doing is working for them. Before they acquired Activision Blizzard King, they already had and over 120 million monthly active user data set available to them. This is the Xbox One subreddit. They reported from True Achievements at the time that Xbox had surpassed 120 million monthly active users, with Game Pass reaching new highs. So 2 years ago, the monthly active user base for Xbox was already bigger than what PlayStation finally achieved in September of this year. After they acquired Activision Blizzard King, do you know how much their monthly active user base grew by? It more than doubled. It went up to 500 million. This is why they looked and said, "What? Where the heck can we find people to play our games?" And so Xbox has decided that they're going to rend the curtain of you having to buy a console. Instead, they're going to bring the games directly to you on your phones, on your TV, your Tesla, your microwave, whatever can power a video game, your calculator. They are willing to sell you a game on that platform. I think the numbers weigh to this, and the Xbox fans are not happy about this at all. Not at all. Most Xbox fans are not thrilled with this reality. But here's the thing, Xbox fans. Y'all didn't buy these consoles to the effect of them having to be comfortable with exclusives. That's just a fact. Hold it. It is what it is. In fact, you shouldn't feel too bad, because even with PlayStation selling more consoles than Xbox, they still are going to PC to go try to sell more of their games, because even their own platform is now crowded with these live service games that choke out the attention of the player bases on there. So it's a really strange market, ladies and gentlemen, and the data is actually telling us a few things. If no one has actually, come to these conclusions based on what we're seeing, then again, they're going to be arguing in circles. They're going to be saying, "Oh no, it's because Xbox sucked. It's because this. Yes, they know they suck. They lost the console war, according to them, in Xbox One generation. But this time around, they decided that they weren't going to play the console war at all. And bam, the moment they decided that, it shocked PlayStation. Disruption of the market. Of the console gaming, look at it. Microsoft's acquisition of Activision for $69 billion could disrupt and threaten console gaming and game subscription markets. They exited the whole paradigm entirely to go and corner the market. It makes a lot of people mad. I've noticed that a lot of Xbox, so a lot of PlayStation fans that, come to try to detract from the videos, they get upset. They're like, "It's because Xbox sucked. That's why they went and did this." Xbox doesn't have to play by your rules. That's the thing. That's what you don't realize. If you're in a market where everybody's actually competitive and trying to beat you, you have to change the rules. You have to change the rules in a way that favors the consumer, not in an anti-competitive way, for it to actually fit you. Before I close this video, let me give you one from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A was one of the fast food places that started going outside the car to meet the consumer to take their orders. Do you know what happened to their business once they implemented changes like these in a market where they were pretty much the underdog? Go look it up. Love it. Talk to me in the comment section, guys. Peace out.